Bring in Jesse Weber, NewsNation legal contributor. Jesse, there's going to be an arraignment here at the bottom of the hour. Obviously, right now, there's the gun charges and this ghost gun. What sort of walk me through what you expect to happen later this evening and in the upcoming days?
Okay, so the arraignment will just be his charges will be read to him. He'll understand what his rights are. These are placeholder charges. This is not really what we're concerned about. What we are concerned about is what the conversation with New York investigators are going to be having with him, because A, they want to understand if he really is the person, really is the suspect, and B, what evidence can they present to a grand jury in New York? That's key, because they need to bring him up on murder charges if in fact he is the suspect and the person who killed Brian Thompson. And then, of course, he'll be extradited back to New York to face those charges. I think right now these are charges that you put in place in Pennsylvania to hold him. Otherwise, if they arrested him and they didn't have anything to charge him with, he could technically be released. But the fact that he was in possession, or allegedly in possession, of this ghost gun with a silencer, that triggers a number of different statutes that he can be in violation of in Pennsylvania. But really, at the end of the day, it's New York where we need to focus.
Chris, if you got a phone call, I mean, Brian Thompson was the CEO of UnitedHealthcare. It was, at the time, it's the 14th, 15th biggest company in the United States of America. This is a company with a market cap north of $500 billion. And I got to imagine, Chris, that there are some CEOs tonight of some high-profile companies over the last handful of days that start to wonder what if. And if you were picking up the phone and giving the advice of some concerned companies or individuals, what do you tell them?
Yeah, in fact, I have picked up the phone over the last couple of days. There is some angst out there. This is typical with security. They always have their hair on fire, and they go looking for security when something bad happens. My advice is you have to do threat analysis and decide. Corporate executives don't like corporate security. They don't like executive protection. They like to be approachable. At the same token, they recognize the need for it, and sometimes the boards require it. So in this case, this was a well-published stockholders meeting, conference. This wasn't a big trade association meeting where it was random people attending. They knew the CEOs were going to be attending. The high-level officers were going to be attending in a time when there was pretty bad blood in the air, if you will. That happened back during the financial crisis, and we had a lot of incidents that were prevented that could have been one of these types of incidents because we did good threat analysis and we used pretty thorough executive protection techniques. This case, he needed executive protection, no doubt about it.
Jennifer, I'll leave the same question to you. If you're getting those calls, what are you telling these individuals and these companies?
Absolutely. I had reached out also and was reached out to because the bottom line is many of these CEOs, they have in-house protection details, but they don't like to use them. They like to go down the street without a detection or a protection detail around them. And they've just got to change that because there may be other Mangionis. So it's just ridiculous for them not to have the protection.
Jennifer Coffindaffer, Chris Swecker, I got to leave it there with you. Thank you both for your time. Appreciate you being with us here on the Hill tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You got it. All right. Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.